Alrighty guys, welcome back to another LEGO set review from BrickByBrick, and today we have set number 70680. This is the LEGO Ninjago Legacy Monastery training set containing 122 pieces and 2 minifigures for only $9.99. And this is very, very similar to the Ninjago movie Spinjitzu training, the smallest set from that wave, set number 70606, which was also $10 with 2 ninja and a build that looked very, very similar to that. But, I mean, you know, I guess it's a nice small starter set to have for, you know, a Ninjago wave. Boxes, this nice small size. Haven't seen too many Ninjago sets with this box size. I think the Spinjitzu training one was thinner and maybe a little taller. But this is like the same one that is used for like the Vermilion attack from Hands of Time, you know, other small stuff like this. We do have one instruction booklet here, which compared to the size of the set is huge. Here's the full build. We do have one instruction booklet, which compared to the size of the set is huge. Like, it's a large one that's folded over. Sort of unnecessarily large, but still. The actual build here, you know, it's got the one little larger section, as well as some little side builds and this thing, which we will talk about later. I believe I've disassembled my copy of Spinjitzu Training, but this build is pretty much the same style of thing. It's designed to be a little corner of a room, and, you know, it's, you know, a 90-degree thing where the walls are built up, and then you have this section which is built using some Technic pins, and, you know, it's rotated into place. The same technique pulled straight from the other one, just with different colors here. This one's a little brighter, and I think probably a little better looking. And that is a nice 2x4 printed tile there that I believe is exclusive to this set, which is nice. You know, nice to get a new print. If it's not exclusive, it was definitely like new for this. Yeah, it is still exclusive, I believe. Should be, at least, according to Brickset. But, you know, the build here is fine. You have these 2 clips for these 2 weapons, which this is part of that weapon pack that was introduced for Hunted, reused in gold here. This was the first time it had been used in gold, but in the summer 2019 sets, basically, all of them have gold versions of this weapons pack. This is a nice piece up here as well, just to finish that off. And you have a nice kind of punching bag, which you can hit side to side. It's kind of fun. You can get it to swing all the way around, as we just did. But, you know, it is what it is. We also additionally have this little thing that you can attack, and it will spin if you, you know, hit it. You know, say you attack it with your swords with Kai, which you can do the same thing with the punching bag. You know, there was a very similar build to this as well in the Spinjitzu training. It was a little bit smaller scale than that, but, you know, it accomplished the same sort of thing. But, you know, I don't know if it spun as well as this one. I think that one had a little bit more friction in it, so this might be a little bit better in that regard. And, you know, the next little side build, little training dummy. There was also a training dummy in the other Spinjitzu training set, but it was sort of a helmet on a little thing that would wobble back and forth. So this one doesn't wobble back and forth, but, you know, you can still attack it, knock it over. And I think the thing that makes this one a little bit more interesting is just that, you know, it has the basic structure of, you know, a character, and it looks like you could use this as like some sort of little training robot, and, you know, you can plop him up off of his little base there, which is designed to, you know, help keep him up. You could use him as a little friend to help you in battle if you like. So I don't know, opens up a little bit more play potential, at least it appears to me. But, you know, it's kind of cool. And the last little build, which was completely absent from the Spinjitzu training, is this little armor stand. And this armor stand is kind of nice. It features a Samurai X style helmet and this armor piece, which is only otherwise available in the Legacy Samurai mech, which is, you know, $5 more expensive than this. But the one thing that this set does that's really cool is it introduces this gold piece as the little crest on the helmet instead of using a bucket handle. And that I find really cool. I like the look of that a lot. And we will see how that looks on the Nia figure in a minute. But before we do that, I'd like to talk about this thing. And this is part of one of their new little gimmicky things from the Legacy Wave. And basically, this sort of handle appears in the Kai and Zane cycles and the whole large Monastery set. They all have slightly different color schemes. This one is the brightest and the only one to use gold and red. The other one's like black and brown and gray. But the way this works is it has a brand new piece, or two new pieces at the edge. One that forms this clip, and the other one which forms this axle with 4 studs on the top and a wheel, kind of center that you put a tire around on the bottom. And this tire will gain traction with the ground, and as you move this side to side, it will spin the character up. And you can use these in combination with the Legacy spinners, and have a tornado that will spin around as you go back and forth. But with smaller sets like this, you can use if you pose his arms up like that, you can have his swords aim outwards, and he can use them to attack things like that. And with stuff like this, maybe you want to hold on to the base, maybe you don't. Maybe it'll work either way, but you're less likely to knock over the whole thing if you hold the base down. And you can attack that and spin it around. And same thing with this here. You can attack the attack the punching bag by spinning back and forth around it. And I don't know, this just is a super simple little feature. It works so well though, and it doesn't detract from the set at all. I think that appearance-wise, everything in this set looks great, looks fine. Nothing wrong with it. We're not sacrificing anything in terms of appearance, really. I guess unless you want to say that pin looks out of place, but I mean, I think this little feature does a good job of just adding something extra for those who want to use the play feature, and for those that don't want to use it, I don't think it detracts at all. So I really like the inclusion of these in the Legacy sets. And the two figures here are Legacy Kai and Legacy Nia, and this is the cheapest way to get them. Even though Kai also appears in another $10 set, and Nia appears in a $20 set. So, for neither of them, it's not by much that makes this the cheapest way to get them. But, still sort of is. And they both have accessories that, are from the little hunted weapon packs. Kai having 2 of these short-handled katanas, so they have the single-length hilt that you can attach into like lightsaber blades and stuff if you wanted to make the hilt longer. But in this set, he just holds them by those tiny hilts. And Nia has this sort of cool little weapon built up with 2 of these. It's really large, but it's sort of similar to a weapon used by Samurai X in the first season. If you were to remove the length of that lightsaber hilt in there, then it would sort of be more appropriately scaled, but it is cool to get a little bit of an homage to that weapon. But other than that, they have their standard Ninjago movie faces and standard alternate expressions, as well as back printing, and when we put the masks on them, they look pretty good. It's not my favorite suit for the ninja, but it is nice to see Nia return to the dark red and dark azure color scheme. I like that. And the other thing that I did promise was that we would show you how this Nia looks with the Samurai X armor. And there we go. I appreciate that it's an option, but having the dark azure there really doesn't work too well with this color scheme. But, you can always take this helmet and plop it on the Legacy Samurai X figure from the Samurai mech. And, that'll be a little bit of an improvement, I think, because I do like the way that this helmet looks. Now, all of this set's contents are perfectly fine, and I don't have a problem with any of the elements in the set. In fact, I think there are a lot of good things about it. But I will admit that if you do have a bunch of the other Legacy sets already, especially if you have the Monastery, there's not too much added value here. The Samurai armor is cool, and that's a nice looking build on its own. And all the builds here look nice. You could probably add them into the Monastery relatively easily, but I don't know if this would really fit in too well. Maybe you could make it work somehow. I haven't tried, but maybe if I do figure out some way to incorporate it all in some sort of display, then I'll update you on that in the future. But as of right now, I mean, again, you could easily throw these three things into the courtyard there of the monastery, and I don't think it would get too crowded. But I mean, if you already have that set, there's no draw to the figures for you here. And with the figures being sort of irrelevant, like removing those from the equation, I don't think this is worth $10. But for people who aren't hardcore Ninjago collectors and just want some sort of fun little toy, I do think that this checks all those boxes and would be a great set for any Ninjago fans who don't have the budget to be able to afford all the huge sets. I think that this is a great little starter introduction. And also, if you wanted to just get one of every ninja, this is probably a good way to start you out there, because it'll save you from buying the $20 spinner set with Nia, and you can just get this plus the 3 other spinner sets. You're down to 40, and then I guess 60 if you want to get the double pack with Floyd. So that's not too bad. Saves you a little bit. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know what you guys think of this in the comment section down below, especially if you have a bunch of the other Legacy sets and you're a Ninjago collector. Do you think that this one is worth getting as well? I mean, I don't know. I don't regret my purchase because it is such a small set anyway, but I don't know how long this will stay together. So, hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye, everyone.